So do I get to speak now and make the record clear for my behalf too?
Mr. Ruff, I'm gonna go through this and then
I don't get to speak later.
Okay, Mr. Ruff, let me just finish this. Mr. Ruff, in the motion that you filed with the emergency procedural motion, where you have a request in reference for many things under 8C.
It's not something you rule on, that goes to the Superior Court.
Mr. Ruff, I understand that, sir. Mr. Ruff, let me finish, Mr. Ruff. It says, under Rule 8C1, procedural motions are motions that may determine, one, whether the appeal should go forward. Procedural motions may be made at any time after the filing of the notice of appeal when set forth therein. So, they specifically say what issues apply to those motions. Again, that's gonna be for the Superior Court, but the request you made clearly fall outside this rule.
What request is that?
And so the only thing I can do, Mr. Ruff, today, the only thing I can do legally as this court is to, since Judge Tatz found that you abandoned your appeals, the only thing I can do is I have to reimpose sentence by law. There's nothing else legally that I can do. So, Mr. Ruff, if you want to address that, you can.
I filed a procedural motion, and the rules, everything that happens in this court is frozen until the Superior Court makes a decision on the procedural motion. Yes, it is. Go read it.
Okay, I'm going to respectfully disagree.
You just disagree on what the rules say.
Mr. Ruff, you were found to have abandoned your appeal. There is no appeal pending. You filed a special action. The Superior Court denied your special action.
One of them.
I understand, Mr. Ruff. So at this point, there's no stay in this court. There's been no request for a stay. There's been no stay ordered by the Superior Court or a higher court. The only thing I can do now is reimpose. Anything else you want to tell me?
So you say that I don't need any of the things in 7C, that doesn't apply. Rule 8 on how you write the memorandum, you're supposed to write it with reference to the record. The record is defined in the previous rule, Rule 7C. A list of events is every time that I've had to come into court. If I need the transcript from one of those events from the time that we were in court where you admitted to watching my YouTube channel and I want to appeal based on that, I need the transcript from that, which means I need a list of events so I can get the transcripts to base my appeal on that. Why would you send 7C to the Superior Court without giving it to me and then send them my memorandum? They haven't been watching this case. They need to be able to reference the record to make sure that my memorandum was written correctly. That means I need all the information from Rule 7C. You guys have misinterpreted the rules. I'm not done talking. Do I have a right to be heard?
Okay.
Do I have a right to be heard? I'm trying to be heard right
Okay,
now.
Mr. Ruff?
I guess not. Okay.
All right. I just went through 7C.
And you misinterpreted it again, right?
Item by item. That's your opinion, Mr. Ruff.
Not as the law,
Okay,
but whatever.
anything else you want to say, Mr. Ruff?
Absolutely. I object to everything that you're doing.
All right.
I object to your
Let me go ahead.
unlawfulness, your constitutional violations.
Case number 2021-043-799 pursuant to the finding of the court, the finding of entering a judgment of guilt previously for the offense of criminal trespass as a class 3 misdemeanor. You were found guilty in that case. The court imposed 5 days of jail. Court's reimposing that same jail time.
What about all the time I did in jail when I was arrested?
That's straight time, no 2 for 1. That jail is concurrent with docket number 2021-063-564.
What about all the time I was spent in jail when I was arrested for these cases? Does that just go away? Nobody counts that?
Mr. Ruff, that's my ruling, that you're gonna do 5 days, okay, sir? That was my ruling previously.
What about all the time I did in jail already?
Mr. Ruff, I'm giving you
It's been
5 days
days
to
in
get
jail.
to serve. In the case of 2021-071-040, pursuant to the finding of guilt in that case and your previously imposed sentence as to count 1, the disorderly conduct, 3 years of probation, 180 days of jail. All 180 days are suspended. As to count 2, the trespassing charge, you were found guilty of that as well for that offense, placed on 12 months probation with 30 days suspended jail upon completion of counseling and probation. The court did order counseling in that case. The court ordered that you contact Prodigy Healthcare within 2 business days to get set up on training and counseling for anger management. We will give you that directive as a term and condition of your probation. You shall not go to the areas where the Mesa Police Department are conducting an investigation. You shall not report any members of the Mesa Police Department while you are on probation. In the case of 2021-063564, pursuant to you being found guilty in that matter, the charge of criminal trespass is a class 3 misdemeanor. You're placed on 12 months of probation, 5 days in jail. While you're on probation, you are not to return to the Mesa City Plaza. Those five days in jail will be concurrent with the jail time of 2021-043799. The last case, case number 2021-048968. You were found guilty of failing to obey a police officer. You're given 24 months of probation, 90 days jail. All 90 days are suspended. Counseling was ordered in that case, sir. Again, you were directed to contact Prodigy Healthcare within 2 business days to get set up on that screening and counseling for anger management. In that case as well, I did know that you shall not go to the areas where the Mesa Police Department are conducting an investigation. You shall not report any members of the Mesa Police Department while you are on probation. Mr. Ruff, I will have my clerk come in a minute and will provide you with those sentencing documents. Mr. Ruff, regarding your 5 days of jail, sir, I'm gonna give you up to 30 days for you to pick a day that you would self-surrender. Do you have a date in mind, Mr. Ruff?
30 days from now.
You have up to 30 days.
We'll mark it on the 30th day. But I object to going to jail and the sentencing and everything that you're saying. It's erroneous, illegal, and unlawful.
All right, Mr. Ruff, what time do you want to go in? I'll give you up until July 21st. What time do you want to go in on the 21st?
Midnight.
I'm not gonna have you go in at midnight, sir. I don't want there to be any conflicts. You can go in between, have you go in between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. What time do you want to go in between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m.?
8 a.m. because I'll be clock watching the night before. I'll need to sleep the rest of the day.
Let me self-surrender on July 21st at 8 a.m. I mean to ignore you, sir. Did you have anything that you wish to add?
No.
All right. Mr. Ruff, just hold tight while I have my clerk come on in, and we'll get to those necessary documents. Beatrice, if you could come on in and give Mr. Ruff the sentencing documents. Thank you.